Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome to the Sandlot Showcase. I'm actually joined by the developer, Caleb Moore, or the artist, I should say, actually, not developer.
Yes, hi.
Yeah, so he's done this completely by himself, which is phenomenal.
Spare one or two things done by a wonderful friend named Sam.
That's right. That's right. The effects.
He's done some particle effects for me, but yeah, most of it's me.
Yeah, just okay. So what made you do this? What was the I want to create the Sandlot in Unreal Engine.
Well, so I'm going to college for game design, and I want to be an environment artist. And most of my stuff is original, but obviously I have a deep love for Kingdom Hearts, and I love the idea of seeing a bunch of old areas we've never seen, like in the new engine, updated to the Kingdom Hearts 3 style. And I was playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and I was a little let down that we didn't see a lot of Twilight Town. So I was like, you know what?
Small.
Maybe I'll just, yeah, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just see and try to imagine what it would look like myself if Square Enix isn't going to do it. So here we are.
Yeah. How do you? Can you go first person?
No.
Okay.
It's just the third-person controller for now.
I saw Project Astadi poster and I was like, huh.
Yes, they do. They are there.
Oh man, that's really cool. Yeah. So this is completely done by you with some particle effects. Wow. I'm just like, the detail is insane. Like usually, I don't know. Like when I play, Kingdom Hearts 2, everything's so fuzzy, and so like seeing this like fully fleshed out is like, it's making my brain be like confused, very confused.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of time. I have these massive reference boards where I have screenshots of like every little detail thing they did in Kingdom Hearts 3, so I can try to bring that in here, because I didn't want to like remake the base meshes. I wanted to do like all the detail as if it could be in a new engine.
Reference boards, so like what, like how they did effects or how they like laid out the floor? What do you mean by that?
Pretty much everything. So like I'll look at like a wood material or the stone or the ground or whatever, and I'll see that it should be something like that, but then I'll go over to Kingdom Hearts 3 to see how they did that specific thing so it will match the shaders exactly. And even things like a lot of like the little detail things in here, like the pipes or the boxes or the leaves on the ground, didn't exist in Kingdom Hearts 2, but they are something common in 3. So I'll take screenshots of all those meshes and their materials, and I'll recreate them in 3.
Okay, gotcha. That's really cool. Okay, so he's hidden 16 lucky emblems here. Just found the first one. 1 out of 16. And so this is, but I do want to stress, this is not a like development build or like a work in progress of a game or anything. Like this is completely just an art project, right? Like this is not anything like a...
Yeah, the main goal of this is to add something to my portfolio. You know, when I'm looking for work, I can show that I've made this. But
yeah,
it's also like, I've had people asking for a very long time to be able to explore my environments, so I added the basic Sora controller so people can at least take a look for themselves.
Yeah.
But it's not fleshed out gameplay at all.
What? You can move the boxes.
Yeah, the physics are a little broken right now, so they might send you flying.
Oh, no.
Just a fair warning.
Okay.
But they are there.
Gotcha. Wow. Wow. I love like, are the leaves like textured into the ground, or is that just like, are those actual objects?
Actually, fairly recently, Unreal Engine did like a spotlight mini documentary on the development of Kingdom Hearts 3, and I noticed in the background that they used individual meshes for the leaves, like in their tools. So I tried to match that because I saw.
Gotcha.
So they're all their own little, like very low poly meshes.
That's really cool. Yeah. How long have you been working on this?
Oh man, this has definitely been a quarantine project of mine because I've been stuck inside so much. So
sure,
I think like sometime in the summer I was like, I'm so bored, I should just do something with myself on the side. So this has been like since the summer, so maybe like 3 or 4 months of this.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's also on the side of like I have school and work at the same time, so I don't have all the time in the world to work on it.
Gotcha. Okay, no, I know because I remember because you'd post like work in progress stuff, and I remember seeing another lucky emblem somewhere. I don't remember where I saw it though.
I have moved them.
Oh no!
Because I was like, oh no, I've been posting pictures that spoil it, so I've got to move them in between the builds. So keep people on their toes.
Dang it, fooled. Okay. Okay, there's another one.
Someone in the chat just said, I hope we can play with the controller. Yes, you actually can hook up a controller to play it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah.
I almost did, but I wasn't sure if it was.
It doesn't work with the menus yet, but it does work with the gameplay.
Okay,
So.
that's cool. Whoa. Oh, that's really cool. Whoa.
Yeah, that is a
That's...
wonderful particle made by my good friend
Right?
Sam. He is just absolutely amazing with them, and I have no clue I'm doing, so he did this for me.
Wow. So I like, oh, particles. I need a closer look.
Yeah, we tried to open 0.2 and copy the effect from there because there's a very similar one in that game.
Oh, I love that. Oh my god. Also, number 5. Yellow.
Yes,
Yellow,
very good spotting.
that was completely by accident. Are any of your classmates like, did they pick up on Kingdom Hearts, or were they kind of just like, oh, that's cool?
Unfortunately, I have realized in life that 99% of people have absolutely zero clue what Kingdom Hearts is, and the 5% who do make fun of it.
Oh, no.
So I think I only have like one other friend in college who knows what it is, and she's very nice to me about all of this stuff.
The first day in class at my graduate program, I mentioned that I liked Kingdom Hearts, and a lot of people actually knew it, not because they played the game, but they liked the J-pop. So a lot of them were like, Simple and Clean, right? And I was like, yeah, and they were like, that's all I know about it. And I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, pretty much one of the only reasons people at my school will know about Kingdom Hearts is just because they use Unreal Engine and we like look at what they do. But that's like the extent. And everyone's just like, isn't that the Disney game for kids? And I'm like, yeah, and it's my favorite thing in the world, so whatever.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay.
And yeah, so this is an early build. So this is meant to showcase the main area, but I am planning to expand out beyond what the original game had, which I'll save for when I release it to show off so people can discover it for themselves. But there will be some new and extended areas and a bonus level I'll announce at some point. But yeah, this is the main point of it, this main little area that was in the original game.
Oh, did I miss one? Where? I don't know where.
I have seen you miss a couple,
no!
But I'm gonna try not to tell you. I can't help you.
Oh no. Okay. I saw that one. I just assumed like, oh, it was right there. He won't put one right next to it.
Nah, there are a couple clumped ones that you have missed. I'll say that.
Oh man. So what got you into Kingdom Hearts? Just like grew up with it as a kid, or?
My brother, he's the only other person who I know in real life who is as passionate about it as me. And when I was like 5, he was like, "Hey, just try this." And you know, my entire life later, here I am still obsessed, spending way too much money on it. So,
here we go. My brother actually loved the first one. And
very good spot, by the way.
He loved the first one. Hated the second one actually, which is like pretty surprising.
Yeah, very upsetting.
Yeah. So I grew up a lot with the first one, and I didn't even get past much of it because we didn't have a lot of memory cards, and so I'd play up to
oh man, I have forgotten about memory cards. Wow.
I'd play until like Deep Jungle, and then like I couldn't save or anything, so I'd just get off and I'd get stuck somewhere in Deep Jungle and then just like shut it off.
Yeah, no, I for different reasons didn't always get that far just because I sucked at the games when I was younger, so my brother would always have to play them for me and I would just watch.
Kingdom Hearts 1 is so hard. Like as a kid,
Kingdom Hearts 1 is like unbeatable with the difficulty in the series.
And just like they don't tell you anything about where to go, what to do, like it was disaster.
It's definitely like my favorite game and my biggest inspiration from the whole series, but at the same time it is the one that makes me cry more than anything else.
Oh man. Okay. Oh. Found another one. We're halfway there, boys.
Hey, I was worried you were not going to see that one since you walked right by it a couple times.
I walked back like 4 times, and I'm like moving the camera all around trying to like see this effect. Oh my god. So you have a ton of different types of art in the community, like the posters and this project. Like, what kind of started you sharing your art in the Kingdom Hearts community, and what?
This is I don't think I've actually ever said this. I obviously have always been in a very very into Kingdom Hearts, and I didn't really know the YouTube community existed until like I think the E3 2015 trailer came out, and I was like, oh my god, this looks fucking amazing. And I was like obsessed and was watching tons of reactions and stuff because I was so excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. And through that, I discovered the Gamers Joint. And he had posted some thing where he played through like a fan game. And I was like, wait, I like 3D. I want to do this kind of stuff so people will look at my art. And so that totally just got me like trying out 3D with Kingdom Hearts for the first time and realizing I actually really liked it. And I do owe the Gamers Joint a lot for giving me the inspiration and for also giving me my platform in the first place and being very supportive of my art.
And
that was pretty much my introduction to the community.
I feel like the Gamers Joint did so much for just showcasing and inspiring a ton of artists, because that, like, he did like Keyblade showcases, he did Driveform showcases, like
yeah, he does really good spotlights on community stuff that help a lot of people out, and have also introduced me to a lot of stuff I would not have found out either way.
I didn't quite catch. What did you make? Or
I was like messing around with a really terrible like Destiny Islands fan game at first, which is super ugly looking back at it now. And then I kind of just kept chipping away at that until I finally made my Destiny Islands poster, which was like the first big thing I did. And I had brought that to
found it.
Hey, there you go. I made this like Destiny Islands poster first, which is like the back area of Destiny Islands, which they didn't feature in the newer games, and I was like, oh, they're leaving it out, I got to recreate it. And that blew up and got me a lot of followers, and I brought it to the Dandelion event where they were showing off like a bunch of like Unchained stuff, and also letting you try those Kingdom Hearts 3 minigames for the first time. And there, some of the Square Enix staff took some of my posters, and like 10 minutes later they posted a picture with Shinji Hashimoto posting it, which just like kickstarted people paying attention to my stuff, which I am super grateful for.
Yeah, and you did a whole poster series, right?
And here we are. Yeah, so I've done a Destiny Islands, Traverse Town, Hollow Bastion, and
Hollow Bastion,
Twilight Town posters. Yeah,
Hollow Bastion is probably my favorite. That one looks so good. Just like I love
one of the biggest crimes is the series abandoning the Kingdom Hearts 1 Hollow Bastion aesthetic. It's one of the coolest ones in the entire series.
For sure, like the steampunk feel. Well, I think
I think in general Kingdom Hearts 1 has a lot of stuff that is some like the coolest, most mysterious crap in the entire series, and I wish they could bring some of it back. And I'm glad they are with Master of Masters.
Yeah, and the pods. That just like that
that made me unreasonably excited. I will give you one hint. There is some objects you have to move to find some of them. They're hidden behind things.
Oh, okay. Oh, like that one?
Yep. Yeah, I think that's my general goal with all of these. I don't want to recreate areas we've already seen in Kingdom Hearts 3 because like what's the point? Yeah. I want to give attention to things that we wish had been in Kingdom Hearts 3. But specifically this one, I had been working on recreating like Radiant Garden from Kingdom Hearts 2, and I had put a ton of hours into it because they hadn't redone it in Kingdom Hearts 3. And then they put out the DLC, which recreated the exact area I made, and I was like, well, now it's useless. And so I gave up and went back to Twilight Town, so that's how we're here.
Gotcha. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so glad we saw it in Kingdom Hearts 3. It's absolutely beautiful and way better than I could have done, but still, the one map that I chose is what they did.
Yeah. How many hours had you put into it at that point?
Oh man, like a month or so of work. It was I literally I woke up and I saw the trailer. My first reaction was to be excited, but as soon as that came on screen, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, I in the original game, what you're seeing here is like the extent of where the map went. But I was thinking like Kingdom Hearts 3 has the open world idea, so I've created some paths and some like alternate new areas like they would have done in 3. I'll show off more when the final build is out. And I'm pretty excited to show those because those are like mostly original my own ideas because we didn't have anything to work off of. So
gotcha.
I'm a bit of a stickler for people not seeing the work in progress. This is like a first for me. So
well, I appreciate you.
I think the final build will be the first public thing.
Yeah, I appreciate you letting me like play around with it and look around. It's like
of course. I love so like seeing people test it and seeing where they go because it helps me improve it a lot.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to be the last one I do. I would love to hear your ideas for areas you think would fit well in the new shader, because I'm having trouble thinking of like what my next project should be.
Could you do like Sora's room? from like Kingdom Hearts 1.
I've thought about that a lot. I definitely want to do one of the rooms because I think I've never
Whoa.
really done an interior.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh no. Oh,
well.
no. Okay.
Of course. You can type. You know the tilde key?
Yep.
Just type restart level.
Okay. Cool. Oh, that would
That should fix it, I think. So now you've discovered some of the bugs that are in here, which is why it's not public yet.
I was like, oh no. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're back. We're good. What were you saying?
Yeah, but on that, I really like the idea of that. I think, because I like mine being playable, I would try to maybe expand it somehow, but I'd have to think of how to make it like a full thing you could walk through as opposed to just a tiny cramped room.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that.
But I do think it would make like a good print or something, because it is a really cool room that I wish they would go back to in the main games.
What if you made like a corridor of like Ven's room? It wouldn't be like, you know, canon, but like a Ven, Roxas, and Sora's room, and just like have like three spaces that you can kind of walk around.
I'm not going to talk about a lot of the out-of-bounds stuff, but one of the things I'm going to do for this is that I realized canonically on the path, I think to the left of where you are. Yeah. It leads up to Roxas's house, and you can like see it from the window. Oh. So I might actually model Roxas's whole room for this and make it a part of it. We'll see if I get that much done.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, what goes into like making a, like, do you just set meshes and then texture them all, or?
Well,
I am not like never touched the Unreal Engine. Let me think of a
simple way to break this down.
Crash course, go.
So my process is basically there's this wonderful website called NoClip, where it has a bunch of like old maps loaded into it where you can like load them with all their shaders and everything, and it has Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 every map in there. So I open that up and I can look at all the angles for exactly how it looked in the game. And then I'll also download the files for the map so I can model on top of that. And so I'll start with like one of these houses, and then I'll model on top of it and add more detail, and I'll look at Kingdom Hearts 3 to say like, well, in the new style, how much more detail would it have? How many additions would it have? What are the things that I need to make in order for it to match the new style? So I'll do that, and then I'll get a reference board for how the textures should look for something like that. So I'll go into Substance Painter, which is a texturing software, and I'll texture it according to that. Okay. And then we'll move on to putting it in Unreal Engine and combining the textures and models and doing like the arrangement of the scene, adding lighting.
Yeah, lighting is
like a bunch of particle effects and stuff.
How much trouble have you had with lighting?
Lighting is actually by far my favorite part of the process.
Really? Okay.
If I had to do one part of the process for my entire life for a job, I would love to be a lighting artist. It's super fun, and I think that comes from the fact that I did theater as a kid, and I loved like the lighting for the stages.
Gotcha.
And so it's a little difficult because when you do a game like this, you have to build lighting and bake it in, which is very tedious to get all of the stuff right. And it's a long process, but I think it's really fun. And I think
I want to say
for these it's particularly difficult because you already have Kingdom Hearts 3 to reference what the light looks like, so I have to match the angle and the colors and everything, which I hope I did well enough. So it takes a while, but it's really fun.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've always heard lighting is just like so can be just like so hard. Oh, there's another one. Okay, how many different lighting sources? Because like all these lamps, right? These all have different lighting that you have to do, right?
I don't know if those are technically light sources because there's a difference between there's straight up lights, which is like the sunlight, the skylight. They both are their own. But then you can add emissive qualities to some materials. So that's not a technical light, but I set it to just like affect the environment. So it's like a fake light.
Gotcha. Okay.
So like if you see Sora go next to it, it won't really affect his lighting like the sun would, but it affects the environment. So this is mainly two different lights. The skylight, which is like the sun that casts shadows on the buildings, and then a skylight, which is like an ambient, it fills the entire space. It makes things not as dark.
Oh, really? And
those are usually like the core components of like an outdoor scene.
Okay, gotcha. So, do they affect each other, or is it just like two separate things that work together to create the lighting?
I mean, they both like increase like the lightness on objects, but they don't actually affect each other.
Okay.
At least not to my knowledge.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously the one in the skybox creates the shadows. The other one just generally brightens up the area?
Yeah, so like the sky is shining down light from every angle, but the sun is doing it from just the one, which creates all those hard shadows you see on the ground. And also, yeah, so if you jump up on that, and then you jump up on the lamp, you should be able to get out of bounds.
Okay.
Which is the common trick everyone uses.
There we go. Oh, no. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
And so yeah, in the final build, these will probably be closed off.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to spend the development time on it. But for now, they're accessible. But yeah, that's pretty much all this has to offer at the moment. But there will be a lot more coming very soon. I've made a lot of good progress this month since I am finishing up with finals, so I finally have more free time.
Whoa.
And I definitely expect to show a lot more soon.
For sure, yeah. I really appreciate you, like, letting me run around and like look at everything. And I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, of course. I love to see
questions.
people's reactions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have like, what's the most, the easiest way to like keep up to date with your content and updates?
My Twitter is generally the most active way to see what I'm doing, which is at Caleb's Morris.
Okay, I was about to say.
Yeah.
One of my mods can probably pick up a link, toss that in.
Yeah.
Do you like a Discord server for it, or YouTube channel?
This is just like all on my Twitter. There shouldn't be any other platforms for the moment. When I actually launch it, I might make a Discord or something, but for now, while it's in development, I think I'll keep it just to my Twitter.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah.
And thank you for trying it and giving me feedback and seeing what you think of it.
Yeah, no, I loved it. Like the lighting looks fantastic. Like textures, lighting, everything looks so crisp and.
Been a lot of time spent on it, so I'm glad you
yeah.
are
I
noticing.
Can't imagine. like I get so bored if I work on a project for longer than like a week. I can't imagine all summer.
Oh
like,
no,
working
I definitely
on this.
have days where I don't even want to look at it without being like disgusted,
Oh man. But yeah, thank you so much, Caleb, for joining me. I'm so glad that
of course.
I could show off this a little bit.
I appreciate this so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah.